We are doing another day of intercepts, but we're just doing it slightly different. First thing, if you didn't write this down, I want you to remember what Mr. Slope Guy looks like. So I'm going to draw one quick. So again, he had two eyes. The eye on the left represents a positive slope from left to right going uphill. The eye on the right represents a negative slope. Okay, you'll want that, just to remember that. And this was his nose. His nose is a up and down vertical line. That is a undefined slope. And a horizontal line for his mouth represents a zero slope. That's why I have zeros there versus the U's for the nose. Okay, that's just a reminder. So today we're going to start with things in standard form. This is standard form, where A, B, and C are numbers. So you might see something like 3x plus 4y equals 12. So x and y are still x and y. Everything else are whole numbers like that. That's just standard form. We've used it in the past, but I just wanted to make you aware of it. Okay, so remember what I said about Mr. Slope Guy. So this here is a side-to-side horizontal slope. That means it is undefined. Go back and look at Mr. Slope Guy. That's his undefined slope. That means undefined slope only has a y-intercept. So, for example, if this was 3, right here, 1, 2, 3, that would be the equation y equals 3. And the slope of a side-to-side horizontal line is undefined, okay? It does not have an x-intercept because it does not cross the x-axis. It only has a y-intercept, and the y-intercept would be 0, 3, right here. Okay, this kind of line is a vertical line. Again, it's up and down, so this means it's a zero slope for Mr. Slope Guy. Okay, if this is, say, at 2 here, the x-intercept is 2, 0. There is no y-intercept because it doesn't cross the y-axis. So there is none. There's only an x-intercept. And this would be like the equation x equals 2 because for whatever purposes, I think that's at 2. But usually there'll be numbers on that. So a vertical line has zero slope and only an x-intercept. A horizontal line is undefined slope and only a y-intercept because of this, where your x's and y's are placed. Okay, so quickly, an x equals, now if I look back here, what does that look like? See, that's a side-to-side line. An x equals, or sorry, it's an up and down line. So it looks like this one. Okay, so where is x negative 1? X is negative 1 right here. Okay, so think of the x-intercept as negative 1, 0. So I go where x is negative 1 and I make a line. Okay, it only has an x-intercept. It does not have a y-intercept, and the slope is a 0 or undefined because that's the nose, the undefined. Undefined. That's Mr. Slope Guy's undefined. Okay. This y, we'll think when x is 0, y is 2. It only has a y-intercept, and it's a side-to-side. That is like Mr. Slope Guy's mouth. So it is a 0 slope, okay? And it's where y is 2. And it only has a y-intercept when it's a y equals. Okay, now we're going to do the x and y-intercepts again. Same thing as yesterday. Okay, now in your calculator, think, when I put a 0 in here, this whole part goes away, and you end up with a negative 2x equals a negative 8. So I divide by negative 2, and I get a positive 4 in there. Okay, now I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to say, well, when a 0 goes here, this whole part in effect goes away. So I have 4y equals negative 8. I divide by 4, and y equals negative 2. So that's going to go there. And this really represents two ordered pairs, 4, 0, 0, negative 2, 4 zeros here, 0, negative 2 is here, and that would be my line. Same as yesterday. Okay? If we have word problems like that, it says you sold a total of $48 worth of cheese. You forgot how many pounds of each you sold. Swiss cheese costs $8 because it's more expensive. Cheddar cheese costs $6. Okay, so X is Swiss. So Swiss is this. So 8 times the Swiss, $8 per pound of Swiss. Okay, and Y represents cheddar. So here's $6 per pound of Y. Okay, so that's what I think. So basically, if I only sold cheese of Swiss and cheddar, it's $8 per pound of the Swiss and $6 per pound of the cheddar. A total of $48 were sold. That's my equation. Then I make my X and Y intercept. Okay? Okay, so 0 here. So when I put a 0 in for Y, in effect, the 6Y goes away. So I have 8X equals 48. Oh, thinking ahead. So that means a 6 here. If I put a 0 in for X, this whole thing goes away. So it's in effect 6Y equals 48. So that means we have two ordered pairs of 6, 0 and 0, 8. Now, what does that mean? This means if I only sold X's, if I only sold cheddar cheese, it would be 6 pounds. If I only sold if I only sold Swiss cheese, it would be 6 pounds of Swiss. And that makes sense because Swiss is more expensive. So if I only sold Swiss cheese, I sold 6 pounds of that. If I only sold cheddar, I only sold 8 pounds of cheddar. If, in fact, I only sold cheddar cheese, which I don't know what I sold at all. That's what the question is asking. So again, it's just more saying if I only have cheddar or if I only have Swiss, that's how much of each. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Remember intercepts and remember Mr. Slope Guy, vertical and horizontal lines. Have a great day.